his compadre inherited his wife at house. The neighbor from New York called Imelda, Kamadam, and Hugo, Hugo.
Good or bad? Tell me.
I'm fine. I spent all day in the park. How about you? How's your day?
It was good, a little bit tiring because I did all the housework. Okay, we're done. You can now wash the plates.
I am not going to wash the dishes anymore.
Why say so?
I say so. I worked hard in the field this morning. I'm not going to wash any dishes.
And who? Mr. Hugo is going to wash these dishes?
You are the woman. You should do all the housework.
And what do? You tie the carabaos to reach the field. You even lie down in the grass to watch it dance. You call that hard work? I cook, clean the house, wash your clothes, scrub the floor. I do all the work that all these things do. You even refuse to help me wash the plates which you have eaten. You lazy man!
Don't strike me. Listen, let's stop worrying over the plates. Let us have a bet. The first one of us who will speak after I've said the word begin will wash the dishes always.
Only that, the first one who talks will always wash the plates, bowls, and pots, and pans.
Right. Maybe it's just one or two, or to anybody, anything. After I have said begin, you will always wash the dishes.
That's easy. I can keep my mouth shut even for a week. Even Dr. Carabao.
Just say it.
Camel down nodded her head, compressed her legs, and Calgon said. They both fell silent. They sat at the table looking at each other across the unwashed plates, bowls, and spoons. They did not like to leave each other, for fear that one would talk to himself without others hearing.
Calgon! Comadre Mandang! Comadre Mandang! Comadre Ugong! May I borrow your hat?
Kamandang and Ugong did not answer, so the neighbor decided to go out. When the neighbor went up the bamboo ladder, she was surprised to see Kamandang and Calgon sitting guilty at the lunch table, where plates had dried up with leftovers.
What happened to you, compadre and comadre? Did you eat something poisonous? Some food that has made you jump?
The neighbor was alarmed. She did not get the axe back from the house to get the rest of the neighbors on the stove. Tell them something would have happened to the couple. They then gathered at Camel dining room. They took turns trying to make them speak, but the two continued to sit staring at each other mutely. They then decided to call the Herman. The Herman saw the motionless, silent husband and wife sitting at the table. He declared that they were bewitched. He spread a moving good woolly mat and asked the peevish cobbler to lie down. Cao Gong obediently lay down, closed his eyes. He curled up and went to sleep. But Camel Dang refused to get up from where she sat on the dining table.
The spirit which is taking possession of her is very stubborn. I must break its spell.
He then produced from his small bag which he always carries a 9-piece of bay leaf, a piece of areca nut, a little lamb from a tiny bone. He cut the nut into 9 pieces. When he had chewed it, he spat on his palm, dipped a forefinger on the other hand into the nut-colored saliva. He marked a cross on forehead's Camel Dang. But Cao Gong did not seem to feel the old man's pain.
Oh, Hugo! Come back, Hugo! Come, madam! Come back to your body, madam!
Both did not answer. Evening fell on the frightened woman, frightened because her doctor said the spell might cast on some other villagers besides Cao Gong and Camel Dang.
Come back to your body, madam!
He called the couple softly. He then ordered some of the men to look for banners to make 2 coffins immediately before the illness would go to them.
I believe that they are dead! Their souls have is to bury them!
The man approached Camel Dang. The man easily lifted Cao Gong and placed him aside his coffin. Surely he said to himself he would ring the bell. Why? He would just get out of the grave when the neighbors were gone. He then approached Camel Dang. Camel Dang's eyes were closed, but she still listening to his instructions. She was afraid that he would be buried.
I am afraid to sleep in the coffin tonight. No, I will not let anything do it.
He stand on his feet, yelled,
Don't touch me! Get out! Get out of my house! Stop it in my life!
Sit down first. Sit down first. We have a bed. Now, she will wash the dishes.
Camel Down lifted the lid and fell back, chasing with it. Camel Down, the cowboy ran his neighbors